Hello, Pixel Dust Gaming in the house.
Brother, what's going on? I'm Wyclo.
What are you doing?
Hello, I'm Jaden, and I keep trying to brand myself before trying to be myself, and I'm not okay with that. So I decided instead of moping about it on my bed and constantly jumping between Terraria on my Switch and Pinterest on my phone, I decided I have a YouTube account, my phone's got a camera, I'm gonna make a video about it. Hello.
Whether you're new to my channel or not, welcome, and if you aren't new to my channel, then you probably would have saw through my shorts that I'm just uploading stuff. I'm not uploading like more quality or more specific stuff, or I'm not honed in on a niche. I'm just uploading more for the sake of more. We in the business call that slop. I wanted views and I didn't know why I wanted them. I knew I wanted to be famous before I knew anything else about myself. Man, then I stopped wanting to be famous, but we'll talk more about that. Something I'm not very expressive about on this channel is the fact that I actually just love talking and I just love thinking about stuff. And I did try this in a recent short that I referred to as a yap session. I forget what I was talking about now. But anyway, someone in the comments told everyone else not to watch it, but unfortunately they couldn't spell this correctly, thus rendering their opinion invalid. So this video is completely unscripted and barely planned any more than that. So, I'm actually just going on about something I'm passionate about, and I'm going to do so while trying to stitch together these gloves that my job absolutely fucking mangled. Let me grab the other one, it's worse. Oh, look at that shit. I'm going to try sewing it back together with just a fucking needle and thread. And while I'm at it, what I'm going to be talking about is how individuality's been made to, it's been made to seem corny by a concerning amount of people. It's just not okay. You'll see people acting unique in any way, shape, or form, and maybe they'll get a response like put the fries in the bag or some shit like that. If I were to tell you straight up what this video is about, it's about redefining growing up and stop conflating maturity with conformity and compliance, because getting older doesn't mean throwing your personality aside just for following rules. This video should serve as a "you're doing it right" to anyone who's ever been super passionate about something or analyzed something super critically and got some dismissive response like, "It's not that deep."
It's not that big of a deal, bro.
I don't know if it's a fear response or what it is, but people will just make fun of you for looking with any critical lens into something. Meanwhile, they'll go back to scroll whatever slop they were on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or probably something AI generated, and they know full well that they'd rather be doing other stuff. But so much creativity and uniqueness has been so scrutinized for no real good reason that they feel like in order to have friends, they have to force themselves into like XYZ boxes. And I know because this is something I experienced plenty, like even something as simple as liking Fortnite. I found it like I still okay, I don't really play it much anymore, but the fact is, I shouldn't have been ashamed of the fact that I liked it at all. This was years ago, right? I was in, oh my god, was I in middle school at the time? Point is, like obviously people that age are gonna have that kind of problem, but the thing is, people on the back of the bus said Fortnite is gay. Literally just that. It's such an immature little quip. And just like that, I didn't want anyone to know that I played it, because I knew what they meant when they said gay. They weren't talking about the sexuality. They were saying like, they were using it the same way someone would use, oh man, shit. What word even would they? Like, they'd use it to describe something annoying, or it was just kind of the go-to rude word. You know how middle schoolers are like. They call something gay, it means they disapprove of it. That was like a while ago. So whenever something was scrutinized against, I would immediately try to remove it from my personality. I immediately didn't want anyone to know it. And it didn't help that like gay was like the go-to insult for anything. Like they didn't want, it was like the thing to not be, according to all these little twerps. So then when I found out I actually was in fact gay, right? I was the insult, right? The insult applied to me. And I was like, okay, well, nobody better figure this out. Fuck. It was like, I was way more ashamed of it than it really should have been, when really the best way to go about that is just nonchalant. Really, no one should care. And if they do, then why should I care about them, right? But no, instead, I thought that if I didn't fit in, that meant I could not have friends. When really, I could have just found people who maybe stood out more. I don't know. I'm trying to I'm trying to be philosophical here, but my brain ain't braining. I am switching shirts and shit to retain your attention. I'm not here to tell anybody how to be or how not to be, but I know for a fact that you're not here to just do nothing but work. You're not here to replace your creativity with productivity, your personality with conformity. If people seem obsessed with telling you how to be, then it's probably because they were told how to be and they didn't have the strength to disobey that, even when what they were doing wasn't actually harming anyone. And those people need to be stood up for. And the best way to do that is by being as unapologetically you as you possibly can. And I don't mean giving into like impulses to like fucking punch someone for looking at you wrong. I don't mean that. What I mean is maybe if you dress in some alt kind of way, regardless of how in fashion it is, maybe you're dressing in like just a super non-mainstream way, you know, scene, emo, goth, anything like that, or maybe you're just making your own style completely up, right? But a lot of people would have wanted to dress like that, and they immediately get told that it's, I don't know, what are they saying about that shit nowadays? Are they calling it woke? They're probably calling it woke. Shit that would have got you labeled as an SJW in 2016, shit that would have got you labeled cringe, stuff like that. Maybe like they were made to feel ashamed of it, and then they're gonna feel the need to make other people feel ashamed of it, when deep down part of them really does know that there isn't actually a bad thing about having a personality that's just considered odd. Now people will tack on other inaccurate things like furries, for example, or Therians. People are always accusing them of wanting to fuck animals. No, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and act like those people don't worm their way into groups like that. But when they're found out, they're fucking jumped, dude. Like, they are called the fuck out. Those groups, okay. The point I'm making here is that those groups aren't one and the same. And when people try to say they are, they're just like completely passing an awful accusation on some of the most chill fan bases I've ever seen. I'm jittering here, man. I had too much fucking coffee. But no, you've seen anyone who's ever been in the anime space. Maybe you've seen people thirsting over characters that are a little too fucking young. But that doesn't mean liking anime makes people like that, right? It doesn't mean that liking anime causes people to be like that. It doesn't mean it's an inherent trait to it. Like, it's okay to like shit that's considered super fucking nerdy it's okay to be nerdy when you're above 30. That's a good one. What I'm trying to say is you don't have to grow out of your genuine interests. You don't have to mold your personality and your interests to fit what you were told, your age range, gender, fucking anything. Any innate trait you can't change doesn't have to have your interests in alignment. Dude, a guy could be completely fucking straight, but have the most girly fashion taste that you've ever seen. And that's fine. Someone could be like, they could fall under every majority. But if you look at them, you think they're gay as fuck. Or somebody could actually be gay and just look like the most average person you've ever seen. Visual stereotypes don't have to actually coincide with who they're attributed to, right? There could be someone, or maybe they do. That's fine as well. You could very well just want the trad whatever life. You might just want to live on a farm and have the most typical gender roles possible, and that's fine too. I'm not telling you have to be different. I'm saying if you are, it's okay. And if your real personality is the one that's been considered normal for ages and ages now, that's fine too. As long as it's your actual choice. If you're a woman watching this who genuinely does want the housewife, homemaker kind of role, you go for that as well. And if you're the complete opposite, go for that as well. What I'm telling people is
Oh man. It's the most basic BU thing possible, but I wanted to record my own take on it. I feel like it's good to actually like be making a relatively low effort YouTube video in an era where it's just all AI. Well, I mean, this is actually I kind of contradicted myself there. Well, I was gonna say there was a era of YouTube like 2018 stuff. Everything was such high production value, like just exciting intro, just like dubstep music blasting, right? And then we get to like the 2020s and like closer to now where you scroll shorts and there's just like it's just like trend, 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 AI slop, trend, AI, trend, trend, trend. Just like stuff you're not actually gaining anything from. You don't get this like authentic person just recording thing they felt like talking about, right? And I feel like we need more of that. And I love seeing people just step out of their shell and put something online just for the sake of creating something. Like it's not perfect, it might not even be good, but they wanted to make it and they did, and I love that. If I were to condense this entire video into one sentence, it would be this. Keep your creativity, keep your curiosity. Fucking booger in my nose. Stay creative, stay unique. It is not corny to be yourself.